All right. We're finally here. It's a little bit delayed, but we're here. It rained earlier, and unfortunately, there is no roof. So, no roof means no play if it rains. And also, the problem with the rain is that it rains like really heavy for like 2 minutes, and then it takes 30 minutes to get back. So it's one of those. It's one of those like summer rains where it's like it's heavy, very intense, but then it stops, but the courts are wet. So it takes, we might get that through this match as well, so be prepared. But, today, chat, you know what I'm going to say. 2-week Masters are brutal. This sucks. So today, Gauff and Yastremska, which was a match of it's kind of like Kostruuk-Swiatek yesterday. Great matchup. It got pulled from the card because of the withdrawal from Yastremska. And now we have this match. That's it. But there's other matches on, but this is like the match. God, it's brutal. It's brutal. And by the way, chat, we haven't watched Swiatek for like 4 days. You get one withdrawal and you get 4 days off. That can't be good. Like Gauff and Swiatek can now get like half a week of doing nothing. Like that's not good, right? That can't be good for the players, right? It can't be good. So yeah. Also, while I'm talking out loud, Paul lost yesterday to Mannarino. So now, instead of getting Paul versus Sinner, which we've waited all week for, we now get Mannarino Sinner in a 4th round. Which is like definitely not the match that we were promised when the draw came out. So not only have we had to wait for a week for Sinner to play, or half a week, most of the week to wait for Sinner to play somebody really tough, the guy that he was supposed to play lost. And now Sinner doesn't play anyone tough for like 3 more days. So we got to wait for another 3 days until Sinner plays, unless Mannarino plays well, which could happen. But chat, these masters, that's not working. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good idea. It's not good. It's a long time to watch nothing. Like it's getting harder. Chat, I told you at the start of the year, by the time we get to Cincinnati, Canada, we're going to be sick of these 10-day Masters or whatever they call it. What do they call them? 10-day, 11-day? And I'm sick of them. Canada was bad. This is getting worse. This sucks. More money for ATP and WTA? Maybe. Yeah, I'm sure it is. That's great. Hopefully they reinvest it into the product so then it makes it better for everybody. But it's not great. I don't like it. Chat, does anyone come on, be honest. Does anybody actually like these 10-day Masters? Like, chat, if you like them, that's fine, but convince me why I should. Why should I like these? Why should I like this pain? Not these particular ones. Indian Wells, Miami, fine. Because we get because we're so starved of slams between Australia and France, I don't mind an Indian Wells, Miami, because that way it kind of fills in the gap. And it feels like a slam because we don't have slams at that time. But when we've got slams, we've had back-to-back Grand Slams, and now we're getting back-to-back baby slams, which is what I'm calling this. And then we get a real Grand Slam, and it's like, I'll tell you what, at the end of the year, to have one of these events at the end of the year, like a 2-week Masters at the end of the year after the US Open, to fill in the gap between the US Open and the ATP Finals, I'm actually for that. I think that'd be great. Do like Shanghai, Beijing as 2-week Masters like the Sunshine Double. That'd be kind of cool. Because that way we get that little bit of a fix between, but I don't think these don't work. Not for fans anyway. I don't think they work for the fans that are not going to the tournament. I don't think they work. I don't think they're good. I don't think anybody likes them. If you're going to the event, it gives you extra time to go, but that's about it. For fans. I like Indian Wells. Yeah, Indian Wells, Miami, I see their value. They've been 2 weeks forever too, so it's like, we're used to it. I think this is a stretch. Cam's up at 5 a.m. I've been up since like 2 a.m. because I thought I'd be watching this match 2 hours ago. Your finger needs some fresh air? No, it doesn't. My doctor is the one that I am consulting with my recovery. But thank you for the advice. I'll keep doing what the doctor says. Don't like these long form Masters. I prefer Sunday finals. Yeah. Should Canada be downgraded? I don't think Canada shouldn't be downgraded. It should be condensed to a week. If Canada's like Monte Carlo, 1 week, it doesn't matter if everybody doesn't play because it's only a week, right? But if everybody plays, it's a very busy, awesome week. I don't see the value at Indian Wells or Miami as well. Okay. They should take away Canada, Cincinnati, and replace Beijing and Shanghai. What do you mean take away? Like do 2 weeks for the others and not for these? They already do 2 weeks for Shanghai. I don't think Madrid and Rome should be 2 week Masters either. I don't think they work either. Big up, Cam. How's your hand feeling? Has it recovered? It's getting better. It's definitely looking better. I'm happy. Like the doc says, it's looking better, and it's definitely healing, which is awesome. It's been nearly 3 weeks, so I'm glad it's getting there. Anyways, let's focus on this match because who cares about 2 week Masters? We're in the middle of it, so we can't change it now. There's no going back. Let's just keep going forward. Medjedovic. He is supposed to be the chosen one for Serbia and is like the protege of Djokovic. Djokovic is like successor. That's what he's kind of been framed as. Djokovic, I think, funded his career as well. So even Nole invested in him financially. So he is supposed to be the next Djokovic, not Djokovic, but like the next Serbian star. He also, I think, won the Next Gen Finals a couple of years ago, which is a big deal because those who win the Next Gen Finals usually go on to do some great things. So, yeah. So that's what we've got going on here. And Alcaraz is coming off a strange performance. He's called it a roller coaster, and it was. But he won, so it doesn't matter, right? If he wins, it doesn't matter. He won the French Open. We only talk about the final. We don't talk about all the matches that he lost a set, do we? So if he wins, it doesn't matter. But it's a concern if he doesn't play better. But he always does. All right, Medjedovic to serve. I'm going to go Alcaraz in. I'm going to go straights, but I reckon it'll be close straight sets. As Alcaraz shanks the return wide. Medjedovic, first point, 15 love. Now, we haven't watched much of Medjedovic, so I'm not sure. I'll tell you, he looks bigger than Djokovic. He looks bigger. Like he's got wider shoulders. He looks taller. Definitely a bulkier guy. So I wonder if that means he has a bigger serve or a bigger game. But the man is solid. He is a big unit. I don't know how tall he is. Let me check the height. He must be at least 6'3". He looks like a big dude. 30 love. He did beat Greek Sport and Kovacevic along the way. He's 6'2", so in about the average type tennis player, just below Sinner, taller than Alcaraz. He was coached by Victor Troitsky. By the way, he's had 4 coaches in the last 4 years. So that's interesting. 4 coaches in 4 years. Troitsky was the last coach. He's coached by Jorge or Aguirre. Maybe that's how you say it. 40 Love. So 4 coaches in 4 years. He was born in Novi Pazar. I'm butchering all the names. Made the 3rd round of the French Open this year, though. That was his best result at a slam. And is currently 68 in the world. He was 61 in the world in April, which was his career high. So not a top 50 yet. Made a couple of ATP finals. This year he made the final indoor event in France in February. He also made the Belgrade final last year on the hard courts indoors. Won the next year finals in 2023. Beat Arthur Fils in the final, which is a great result. Also along the way, he took out Stricker, who was unfortunately injured in that tournament. He also took out Mickelson, or he played Mickelson. Did he beat Mickelson? Yeah, he beat everybody in the group. So he beat Mickelson as well, and then beat Fils in a 5-set final. Next gen, you know what it's up. Anyways, one love. He's also won a couple of challenger events. He won a challenger event this year in January in Portugal, indoor hard courts. Won a couple of clay court events, including the Rafael Nadal Open in Spain back in 2023. So there you go. And that is pretty much it. He has one top 10 win, that being against Medvedev this year in the semifinals of the Open 13 event, which is in France. I think is it Montpellier? Or is it Marseille? It is in France. It is in Marseille, the Marseille event, and he beat Medvedev in the semis. So there you go. So compared to Fils and Mickelson, he hasn't made as much progress up the rankings. No. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if maybe injuries have been a part of that, but yeah. Not as... He's a little bit slower to develop than those dudes. Currently 22 years old, I think I read. 22, yep. Just turned 22, so... Yeah. But look, being Serbian, there's a lot of pressure, right? There's a lot of pressure to become the next Djokovic, or at least the next representative of the country that Djokovic has, in a tennis sense, put on the map, right? So there's a lot of expectation on Serbian tennis players. I mean, Kecmanovic has had that, right? We talked about that a couple of years ago when Kecmanovic was coming up, and we're like, oh, this guy following Djokovic, and Medjedovic probably more so. I think Medjedovic has had more of a sort of Djokovic comparison, just because Djokovic is invested in him, and also he's a bit younger as well, and he won the next gen finals, so that's going to put your name in the papers. He was injured and beat Tsitsipas and then pulled out the next match. Yeah, that was earlier this year, right? He beat Tsitsipas injured and then he withdrew. So maybe there's a bit of injury concern or worries there. 40 love. Is it a backhand now from Alcaraz, the backhand of Medjedovic? Alcaraz forehand to the front of Medjedovic. Alcaraz backhand cross in the net, 40-15. But I'll tell you this, if Djokovic does decide to get into coaching, this guy would be probably on the list of players that he'd work with. I don't think Djokovic is going to get into coaching. I think he'd more likely be the Davis Cup coach or captain as soon as when he retires. I'm sure he doesn't want to retire and then get back on the road and be a coach. But if he was, I feel like Djokovic is going to be at least dealing in the team events for Serbia. Maybe the Fed Cup, Billie Jean King Cup as well. Maybe he's going to be captain of both. Has anybody been captain of both the men and women's tennis teams? Has anybody been a captain of that? I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, Djokovic. I think Djokovic is going to be very invested in Serbian tennis when he retires, and but not one player. I think he's going to be probably more of a Serbian tennis director more than he is a coach directly to one, right? So that way he can help everybody, and help all the Serbian players get better. 1-1. Rublev looks real bad. Yeah, Popper and Rublev are playing a marathon. They are playing a marathon. They played 3 hours and 15 minutes, 2 tiebreaks, and it's 5-all in the third. And they've had only 1 break of serve each in that match, so that's been savage. Laver Cup is the Team World is 4 out of 5 of Americans. Yeah, I heard that Big Foe got nominated. Which we love because Big Foe is I think he's one of the staples of the Laver Cup, hasn't he been? He's played pretty much every Laver Cup. And also he's number 14 in the world, so it makes sense. They got to put an Aussie in there because Pat Rafter's the captain. They got to put Demon or something. I reckon the reason why though that players aren't committing to it is because it's in San Francisco, and I don't think anyone wants to go there after the US Open. I think it's a little too far away, personally. I think that might be why the Americans are committing and not the rest. Because after the US Open, I'm sure. Well, after the US Open, doesn't I'm pretty sure Demon's going to play Davis Cup, so he might not be able to play. Hang on, yeah, Demon won't play. Aussies are out of action because we got. Anyways, 40 love. I don't think Demon's going to play Laver Cup. It's too far away. Forehand goes into the net. No, it's 40-30. 40-15. Because Australia... So this is what Demon has to do, right? He has to go to America. Well, he's in America. Play Cincinnati. Play in New York. Then, straight after the US Open, he's got to fly back to Brisbane. Because that's where Australia are playing Davis Cup. Sydney. He's got to fly back to Sydney. Play against Belgium in the Davis Cup in the qualies. Davis Cup, what do they call it? Yeah, the qualifier, second round qualies, which means if Australia win that, we go to the finals. So we need Demon and all the other every Aussie. We need all the Aussies, right? And then you've got to go fly to San Francisco, and then you've got to go fly to Asia. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. No Australians are doing that. So I think Australia's off the table for World. It's too far away. All the Americans are free because they're in America. And also the Americans are playing Czech Republic in America. So it goes, Cincinnati, New York. Then they go down to Delray Beach. They take on Czechia, and then they go to San Fran. So that's so easy. So of course they're going to put them. Brazil, I don't know if Brazil are playing Davis Cup. They're not playing in the finals, but Fonseca must be around. Argentina have to go to the Netherlands. So I don't know if we're even going to get some Cerundolo. Because, again, actually, no, Cerundolo's not playing. You know what? It will be Fran because Cerundolo's not playing, if he's healthy. Because Cerundolo's not playing against Netherlands. It's Navone and Echeverry. So, or Baez maybe? Yeah, I think we're going to probably get an Argentina, or another American. It's, See, we've got to remember, these things, logistically, these things matter. Like going from New York back to Europe, and then going all the way across the country to the other side of America. I mean, that's shit. That sucks. I'm just having a look at the other teams. See, Zverev doesn't play Davis Cup, so he won't be going. But I'll tell you though, Rune and Alcaraz, they both have to go back to Spain to play Davis Cup on clay and then go to the Laver Cup. So I guess Rune and Alcaraz are just going to catch the same plane. Rude and Norway are not playing Davis Cup, so he's fine. He'll just go straight to San Fran. Zverev usually doesn't play Davis Cup, and I don't think he's going to go to Japan and then come back to America and then go back to Japan. So he'll probably ditch Davis Cup against Japan anyway. Croatia and France are playing in Croatia, so I don't know how many of those. I mean, maybe one of them doesn't. Maybe France doesn't maybe need Feast, and Feast goes to San Fran. Maybe Arthur Feast plays. Anyways. It's a bit of a shit show. Love 15. Medjedovic backhand to the slice of Alcaraz. Into the backhand of Medjedovic. Alcaraz with a slice. Into the net. Love 30. So it's a bit of a mess. And I think in the future, chat, like as much as we love them going to different parts of the world, it's got to make sense though, right? Like playing in Vancouver or San Francisco when you've got to go that way and then go back that way. It's like these players have to catch planes, and they're not quick trips. You know, these are like going from Europe to San Francisco. I mean, I remember going from London to New York, and it was like 8 hours, and then from New York to the West Coast is like 4 hours. So that's like a half a day of planes you got to catch to get from Europe to San Francisco. I mean, that's a long trip. And then you've got to get from San Fran to Asia, which is a little bit better maybe than going from Europe to Asia, but still, that's a lot of flying. Sinner's not playing the Laver Cup, no chance. No chance. Sinner's playing. They don't need him, but also I don't think Sinner's playing. Sinner will play Laver Cup when it's in Europe, and it makes logistical sense. Again, because there's too much travel. They should have put it in Asia. They should have put Laver Cup in Asia because then people could go to Asia, Laver Cup, and then play Beijing. But they want to keep it in America and Canada at this point. 30. Oh, I think maybe in 2 years. Wait, aren't they going to LA in 2 years? Where are they going? They've already committed to somewhere, haven't they? Next year it's Europe, and then they go back to... Next year's London, right? Which again is like, we're already going back to where we started. All right. Or back to the start. Or back to where, a couple of years. And then we go... Then are they going to... Have they committed to the next one? They got to go to Rio. As that goes in the net from Medjedovic. I don't think it's in LA. Maybe I haven't committed yet. Maybe they haven't announced it. They got to go to Asia though. Oh, you know what? They might go to Shanghai because Federer is going to be in Shanghai. I reckon Federer they're going to announce that they're going to go to Shanghai. Because I think Federer going to Shanghai because he's Uniqlo. I reckon Federer is going to try and convince him to go to Shanghai. I reckon Laver Cup in Shanghai 2026. That's my prediction. They're going to China. What's Federer doing in Shanghai? He's doing an exhibition doubles event before the tournament. He's very invested in Shanghai, but also because Uniqlo and his, they paid him a shitload of money too. So, he's part of the brand. I reckon they might go to Shanghai. That would be awesome because it makes sense. They're right. Like they're already in Shanghai. By the way, they're already going to Shanghai, right? The Asian Swing's in Shanghai. We get to deuce. Laver Cup 2027. Oh, it's 2027, sorry, not 26. 2027, yeah. 2027 Shanghai Laver Cup. They're going to Asia. I would put $5 on that they're going to Asia. Laver Cup in Asia 27. It's going to happen. Anyways, advantage Alcaraz to level the set. He serves an ace. It's 2-2. You got to follow Roger. Whatever Roger's doing, wherever he's hanging out, wherever Roger is, Laver Cup follows. Unsubscribed? No! Don't unsubscribe! No! Oh, we'll miss you. All right, 2-2. Two all. As the return goes in the forehand of Medjedovic, but it's long by Alcaraz. And it's 15 love. Popping or Rublev in the tiebreak. I'm going to go Poppy because I'm Australian and that's my biased prediction. All right. Forehand. Drop volley winner. Enough with the chit chat. Can we get back to the game? Bro, this is, I know you already unsubscribed. You're left. But you've already gone. Yeah. But also, lighten up. We're talking about Laver Cup. One of the great competitions, the most unappreciated competition in the world. In tennis world. All right, 30 love. Medjedovic double faults, 30-15. The Rublev-Popper match is not at that stage yet? Oh, then why the hell are people asking tiebreak? Bro, if Popper loses, I'm blaming you. Whoever said that. Wait, is it 5-all? Then why is it... Wait, hang on. What's going on? Oh, Poppering's going to lose now because you... Oh, Harry! 40-15. Harry, you're ruining it. Rublev won. Harry, that's on you. Harry, that is on you. Harry, what's your last name? Johnson. Harry Johnson, you are kidding me. What are you talking about? God damn it, Harry. That's okay. You said sorry. It's all right. God damn it. You're not supposed to say who's going to win the tiebreak when we're in a third set when we're not even in a tiebreak. 40-30. That's all right, Harry. Just remember, that's why we don't use the T word until we get to the T word. This rule is why it exists. Exactly. This is in the rules. In the unwritten rules. Don't say the word tiebreak in the third set until we are playing the tiebreak. Because bad things happen. All right? Why do you never put the game so we can see? Because you would see about 5 seconds and then zap! I'd disappear. And then you'd have to pay for Tennis TV anyway. So just go do it now. But just get Tennis TV now and save all of us the trouble of, trust me, I wish I could show the match. I wish I could, because then I could go back to bed. But I can't, and at 7 years in, I'm not going to do it now. But you can watch it on Tennis TV. You have to pay for it. But also, chat, just remember that by buying Tennis TV, you are supporting the sport. You're supporting, and this is not an ad. This is not an ad. But if you're, rather than trying to find a legal means and taking money away from the sport, that's why they're doing these 2-week masters. Because people aren't buying. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe, I don't know. They have to do 2-week masters now because they can't make enough money because nobody's paying for Tennis TV anymore. So, Tennis TV, go get that and support the sport. If you love tennis as much as we do, you will spend money on it. It's like $10 a month. I wish it would show WTA. Well, they showed, they might eventually in the future. So maybe, They also have a 24-hour channel on Tennis TV where you can watch matches when there's no matches. So they put on like old matches and stuff. It's a great idea. I love it. Anyway, it's 3-2. And the best way to watch this channel is have the match next to it so that way when I say, oh my God, what a crazy shot, you can see it and also say, that was a crazy shot. I agree. Like we could, like that's what this is. That's how this channel has been built to be able to watch tennis together, from all around the world. 15 love. Medjedovic in the net, 30 love. How is Alcaraz playing? He is playing average. He's not playing he's playing slightly better than I guess against Jumher, but he's not playing as clean. He's playing like as we hoped he would. He hits a nice volley there though, 40 love. Tennis Channel is not available here when it's only... You can watch it on WTA TV. If you can't watch WTA on Tennis Channel, you can watch it on WTA TV. All right. Nice return winner there from Medjedovic. 4-15. We are not horses, we are humans. Okay. I don't understand. All right, 4-15. As the return goes in the net from Medjedovic. 3-0. All right. Three. We got a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back into Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits it out. 15-love. Is Alcaraz capable of it getting any better? He needs it if he wants to stop Sinner. I gotta be honest. If you're an Alcaraz fan and you are focusing on Sinner, you've got to think a little closer to the final, like in the fourth round, for example, against Menchik or Nardi, because both of them are very tough too. Like Nardi, we know what he's done against Djokovic before, and Menchik also, right? Those guys. I mean, if Alcaraz fans do not think, oh well, me and Sinner and us are going to play the final, that's not guaranteed. You have to worry about other guys before Sinner. Sinner, on the other hand, if you're a Sinner fan, you can be like, yeah, okay, we don't have to worry until maybe against Runa or Fritz or Tiafoe, maybe. Semi-finals. But if you're an Alcaraz fan, do not overlook all the people that are in his way. Especially Menchik, who we know is capable. So if you're thinking, oh, well, Alcaraz isn't playing well enough to play Sinner, well, don't think about that. Don't look at Sinner. Look at this. Yeah, of course he's not. But, think a little smaller. Is he good enough to beat Menchik at this rate? Medjedovic hits a lovely passing shot, 40-15. Because Menchik with that serve on a hot afternoon, that's going to be brutal. All right. Lovely passing shot from Medjedovic. We got a fault, second serve. A double fault. 40-30. (40-30). 3 double faults from Medjedovic already. And we get a fault. Second serve. As Alcaraz falling on the stretch, Medjedovic goes down the line, but overhits it. We get to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. First serve is a fault. Second serve. And the return goes backhand of Medjedovic. He overhits it though. Alcaraz with a break point. Break point for Alcaraz. Sloppy game by Medjedovic. He was up 40-15. And Medjedovic serves an ace, and everybody just watches. Nobody even clapped. Okay, I guess it was an ace. Nobody cares. Back to deuce. Medjedovic serves again. A let this time. As he hits another great serve. All right, Medjedovic advantage. Advantage Medjedovic. There's a bit of fault, second serve. As he double faults, and we're back to deuce. Back to deuce. As Alcaraz hits an error on the return advantage. By the way, no one is clapping Medjedovic. It is so quiet when he wins a point. Which is so weird. Advantage Medjedovic. Good serve at the back of Alcaraz. Medjedovic forehand in the net. Ugh. Deuce. Is he not that popular? No, I just think the crowd's probably it's probably too hot to clap. But also, the crowd has definitely gone for Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. They're cheering him now, even though he didn't hit it, even though Medjedovic hit the error. They're definitely pro Alcaraz. But it's also stinking hot, so they're probably just like, whoa. All right, advantage Alcaraz. The return goes out from Alcaraz, and we get back to deuce. Maybe they're unfamiliar with him. Oh, of course they are, but also, I mean, Medjedovic plays some good tennis, and he doesn't get any cheering. It's a bit weird, but also I think it's just too hot for people to. People don't want to. Don't want to waste their energy if it's not a, shot of the day. Or if it's, not Alcaraz winning the point. Drop shot at Medjedovic is good. Alcaraz gets it. Medjedovic with a forehand to the line. Alcaraz backhand lob. And then Medjedovic with a backhand volley goes wide. Tough shot. Again, just such a smart shot by Alcaraz. He is bringing the lob back. For sure. As a tactical, move. It's Alcaraz is the one. All the Murray fans, don't come at me. Murray had a great lob. I'm not saying that Alcaraz has the best lob I've ever seen. He just uses it in a very good way. And Murray didn't use the lob necessarily as a tactic, Alcaraz goes, I'm going to bring you to the net and then I'm going to lob you. Whereas Murray was like, you're at the net, I'm going to lob you. Does that make sense? Is that goes the net by Alcaraz back to deuce? Does that difference make sense? Same with Leighton. But the thing with Leighton is interesting because Leighton, he played in a time where serve volley tennis was still sort of, well, he started in a time where serve volley tennis was still very much relevant, like early 2000s, late 90s, right? And he had an amazing lob because everyone was coming to the net, and Leighton didn't come to the net. He was a baseliner, right? One of the first pure baseliners, right? Or at least one of the first of this era, like the 2000s era, right? Advantage Medjedovic. But it's funny because we saw Fritz yesterday hitting some lobs, which is not really part of his game, but he was using it as well. I mean, Alcaraz is making it interesting. I kind of wish Alcaraz would serve volley more and then show everyone how to do that, and then everyone would copy that too, because I would love... Like watching... It's funny because I was watching some highlights of the early 2000s Leighton stuff recently. And I wish that the modern game could accommodate for successful serve volley tactics. Like, as in, like, serve volleyers were way more successful. I wish that we could, but I don't know how we could because they'd have to change the rackets. You'd have to change the string technology to have less topspin and less, harder to generate spin to make it better or even power as well, right? Spin and power, for the net players to have a chance, They'd have to, yeah. I don't know how they'd have to fix, or they'd have to create a string or a racket that helps volley somehow. Again, I don't know how they do that. I don't think it's possible to change the technology. The game could change. It has kind of changed. I mean, look at the tactics from 3 years ago to now, or 5 years ago to now, right? Everyone was on the baseline 5 years ago, and now we're getting a lot of players coming to the net as an aggressive offensive tactic, mainly because of Alcaraz again, right? There's a bit of point now from Medjedovic. There's a winner advantage, Medjedovic. But I want to see like second serve. I want to see like Pat Rafters. I want to see Pat Rafters or Tim Henmans, right? I want to see those players. I want to see those serve. I want to see multiple top 50 serve. I want to see like 5 top serve volley, like first, second serves. That's it. Like every serve is a serve volley, chip charge. I want to see that. As Medjedovic hits it out in the forehand and it's back to deuce. I want to see that. And I don't know if we ever will, but I would love to see that. Maybe he might make the courts faster. Maybe that's it. Maybe he made the courts a little quicker, then it's better. Maybe. Maybe if you make the courts faster, then it makes it harder for the returner. Maybe, I don't know. All right. Drop shot in the net by Medjedovic. Sampras serve volley was a joy to watch. Fantastic player. Yeah. We'd love to see a Sampras type, Advantage Alcaraz. As Medjedovic breakpoint, has to say breakpoint again. All right, second serve. Double fault, all right. After a marathon, Alcaraz gets the break. Alcaraz gets the break. To bring back serve volley, you also need coaches to teach the technique, and the skills like slice and volley don't seem to be priority. Yeah. You definitely need a decent slice to keep the ball low, so that way, when you come to the net, your opponent can't rip the ball past you. They have to hit it a little bit higher over the net. So yeah, definitely a slice backhand is... I mean, it's interesting because Alcaraz's slice backhand's good. It's not, the best ever, but it's decent. But he goes with like a drop shot and then approach rather than going... Or an aggressive, an attacking approach shot, right? You don't see Alcaraz hit a slice like a chip charge, really. He doesn't really chip the ball and then come to the net. It's usually an aggressive forehand approach or an aggressive ground stroke and then come to the net. Like, I don't recall him chip charging or, it's usually a swat forehand or whatever. Fonseca at Laver Cup over Demon was ridiculous. Yeah, we already talked about this. I don't know where you were. Pardon me. But the reason why Demon won't play, no Australians will be in the Laver Cup is because Davis Cup is in Australia, so they're going to have to go play that. And it doesn't make sense for someone to go from New York to Sydney to San Francisco to Tokyo. That's a stupid thing to do. So, no, I don't think we'll see any Australians in the Laver Cup this year. So don't blame Fonseca. It's not his fault. Blame Roger for the 2004 US Open final where he beat Leighton Hewitt, and that was I'm never going to get over that. It started there in 2004, and then now he's screwing Australia again. So thanks a lot, Roger. 4-3. Appreciate that, Rog. Feel free to bring Laver Cup to Australia one time, Roger. Thanks a lot. By the way, this is the only match we're watching today because of the schedule. Love 15. Love 15. As the return goes out by Medjedovic. 15-0. Nardi and Menchik have started, have they? Okay, Paolini, by the way, is winning as well. Krejcikova, by the way, won earlier today. And also, Seidel took out Kessler. We've had a couple of long... It's been a long... Every match so far has been 3 sets. It's been a long start to the day. $30.15. Did I see the movie? No, I'm going to go see it today. Because yesterday I had to go to the doctor. And we also had the matches take forever. Krejcikova look good? Yeah, maybe this is Big Four Barbara week. Once a week. Once a year, sorry. Maybe twice a year sometimes. Big Four Barbara. Maybe this week is Big Four Barbara week. Where's she at in the draw? Krejcikova versus Paolini. This might be Big Four Barbara. She's just got to take out Gauff, and then it's definitely Big Four Barbara. All right, Alcaraz holds 5-3. All right, 5-3. Medjedovic serving to stay in the set. As Medjedovic backhand winner down the line. Hey, Azza, thank you for the 38 months. My name is pronounced Aza, by the way. Well, I've been fucking that up all 3 years now, so... including right now. Thank you, Aza, for the 38 months. That's over 3 years that I've been by butchering your name. So I appreciate that. Thank you for sticking around. Despite me butchering your name consistently. So 40 love. Thank you, Azar, for the time. Ah, 40 love. Thank you, Trishan, for the 37 months. God, some of you guys have been here forever. 3 years? Have I really been here for that long? We really been doing this for that long? We've been doing this for 7 years, so the answer is yes. That's crazy. 37 months. Thank you, Trishan. All right, 5-4. Alga's going to serve the set. All right. Upset matches cannot stop Raducanu fave to win the US Open. Yeah, look, you say that every day when we're not even watching her. So, and I appreciate that you are one of the biggest Raducanu fans in the world, but also, yeah, that's great. Do you recognize most of the members off by heart after 7 years? Unless they change their name. If people change their names, I can't remember. But if you keep the same name, I remember most of it. Depends how active you are in chat, though, too, right? If you don't chat much, then yeah, it's a little different, you know. All right, Elka's going to serve for the set. A colleague didn't tell me that I was mispronouncing their name for months. That's the worst, eh? I'm glad that my name is simple so that people can't... I mean, it's very hard to mispronounce my name. Do you know me? Yes. What happened to my finger? I injured it in a kitchen cleaning accident. I'm not going to go into detail because people don't want to hear it again. But doctor says they don't have to amputate, so that's good. As the lob goes up from Medjedovic, too good. Love 15. Love 15. Ah, 15-0. Zalkos gets to 30-15. That goes in the net by Medjedovic, 40-15. Set points for Alcaraz. To take the first set. He serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes out by Medjedovic. First set in the bag. Alcaraz 6-4. 6-4. Okay. All right, 6-4. I'll let you pronounce my name as you please. No, Aza, I'm going to pronounce it right. Now that I know. All right. Not a pretty set. 5 winners, 10 errors by Alcaraz, and 14 winners, 21 errors by Medjedovic. So both playing average. Dimitrov just put it out of the US Open? Yeah, that's no surprise. He's probably not going to play for a while. That was a... When an injury happens that kind of happens randomly, that's always going to be... Like, you know, when someone does an Achilles, right? It's one of the worst injuries you can have. Usually it doesn't happen. It's not a contact injury, right? So when somebody has an injury like seemingly because out of nowhere, it's usually pretty damn bad. Obviously, this Zverev rolling ankle was contact, I guess, injury. Not like contact is like, you know, Nadal hit him, but you know, that was an obvious injury. But when there's like those not obvious ones, like the back injuries and stuff, that stuff just comes out of nowhere and brutal, you know. Knee injuries, right? You see players just like take one step to, you know, and their leg just says no. We're just getting the doctor out because it's stinking hot, and I think Medjedovic has asked for the physio. Did I ask for the physio? Dimitrov's injury may have been the most out of nowhere injury I've seen in tennis. Yeah, and the problem is, like, and again, I'm not a doctor, but because it's a pectoral injury, you can't really get away with hitting a ball without using your shoulder and your chest, right? Like, you can't hit a ball just using your wrist. You're going to have to use your muscle, you know, everything that's attached to your arm. So he's going to have to, and especially with a one-handed backhand, with a two-handed backhand, you can kind of keep it protected, right? You can keep your body kind of, but with a one-handed backhand, you need to stretch this part especially, right? So it's going to be a tough recovery, you know, for him to get back to feeling good, you know. So we'll see. Deb with a timeout and comments, deleted receipts. No, I can actually see your receipts and why you got timed out. You got timed out for being a smart ass. So there you go. And you got being timed out 5 times. So there you go. It's like throwing a baseball or football. You need that muscle. Yeah, exactly. Medjedovic has got the team out for medical treatment, but I think it's just like for his... because it's stinking hot, he needs some... He's not feeling well. They've got the aircon. They've got the ice packs everywhere. I mean, this is brutal. Brutal weather. Not a medical timeout, by the way. It was just a doctor assist. Yeah, no, not a medical timeout, because he wouldn't have been able to get a medical timeout because he wasn't feeling good. That's not. I mean, not feeling. You know, wouldn't have been able to get a medical timeout for conditioning, but yeah, a lot of 3-setters today as well. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a stomach issue or something, but he's just taking some tablets for it. So we'll see if it makes any sense. Double fault. Commentators saying it's a neck issue and there's painkillers. Oh, was it? Okay. I didn't hear what they were saying. A neck issue. So hopefully he's all right. All right, 4-4 rally, love 15. There's a 4 on the stretch. Alcaraz goes wide, 15 all. Is Cincinnati hot now as Australia is in January? I think it's more just humidity, right? Australia, we have dry heat. The humidity is 50%, so we don't have that in Melbourne. Like we don't usually have that. It's usually dry and hot, so which is better because you're not sweating as much. You are still sweating, but it's not like, you're not sweating. The temperature's not it can be lower in Cincy, but still like you're sweating so much, and that's where the sweat is where you're screwed. It's not so much just the heat. It's also the dehydration, right? So Australia, we don't have that as like in Melbourne, we don't have that as much, right? Whereas in and I've been to like America in summer, like I've been to like the South, like New Orleans was like a sauna. That place was sweaty as hell. So I know like in America it gets real like humid. 52% is tame for Cincy. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not that bad, but because they've already had rain and it's like rain around, that doesn't help either. Like that will make the humidity worse. I'm not a meteorologist, but I've watched the Weather Channel. Alcaraz in the net, 40-30. So yeah, so that it's just a different. It's still hot, but it's just different. Also, you got to factor in time of year, time of season. So in Australia, it's the first week of the year, so everybody's should be fresh. Whereas by the time you get to Cincinnati, you've played so much tennis already that it's probably going to affect you a little quicker as well, right? Because you've played a lot of tennis and you've maybe picked up some injuries in the last couple of months because there's been a lot of tennis, right? So you got to factor that in as well, that not everybody's 100% fit right now. Like everyone's tired. Whereas in January, everyone's ready to go. Well, ideally, right? Everyone's fresh. Everyone's starting from 100% fit. All right, Medjedovic with a great passing shot. 1 love. Humidity's the worst, bar none. Yeah, I remember New Orleans in July is like, it was so, it was so brutal. So just sweaty. Like you'd just be like just drenched the whole time. Medjedovic hits a line and then hits a drop volley. Alcaraz gets it though with a slice. And then Medjedovic in there with a volley and it's 30 love. Like humidity is, yeah. You just don't feel comfortable. Like, it sucks. Come to Florida at 109 degrees. Yeah. No, thank you. All right. Humidity makes it hard to breathe, prevents evaporation of your sweat so you feel even hotter. Yeah. As with a serve and volley from Alcaraz, but the drop shot. Oh, Jesus. Drop volley. Way too good by Alcaraz. What a shot. All right. 40 love. Crazy drop shot. 40 love. As with a fault, second serve. The humidity in Japan is also wild. Did I get my meatball sub? I did the other day. It was great. But yeah, I haven't been in Japan in I've only been to Japan in December. One love, 1-1, Alcaraz holds. I hear the crowd now. Yeah, they're getting a little loud. Probably just too tired, to be honest. Probably just exhausted from the weather. I'm moving back to Miami from Germany soon. Help. Get there at the end of summer. Like, get there in September, so then at least you have a whole, like at least you have a long time between summers. As long as you can. Okay. Medjedovic hits a forehand winner. 15 love. Now, I wonder if Alcaraz, because of a close first set, he will be switched on in the second a little more. It would be interesting to find out how, like, is Alcaraz more likely to have a second set siesta if he wins a first set easily? You know what I mean? As Medjedovic is a lovely forehand cross-court winner and he outfoxes Alcaraz, 30 love. And the crowd like that. They're like, oh, this guy's actually got some shots. 30 love. You know what I mean, though? Like, if Alcaraz has a tough first set and he wins the first set, he's more likely to be like, okay, I can't afford to be sloppy. We need a deep analysis on Alcaraz match patterns, yeah. Because if you win the first set easily, you're like, I got this. And then you lose the second set, right? As Medjedovic double faults, 30-15. But if he gets the first set in a close one, does he stay switched on more in the second set, I wonder? Yeah, stays more engaged, exactly. Because he knows he can't afford to let the other guy back in. As with a volley from Medjedovic, too good. That's a nice drop shot volley combo. 40-15. By the way, Menchik is down a break in the first against Nardi, and also Paolini's got match point. Paolini versus Krejcikova. Wimbledon final rematch. Love that. Yeah, definitely something to keep note on. Yeah, for sure. As Medjedovic is a second serve ace. 2-1. 2-1. Paolini wins. All right. Krejcikova, Paolini. Fourth round. All right. All right. My dog is snoring. By the way, chat, yesterday I watched a movie called Death Proof. Apparently Tarantino's worst movie, but it was actually pretty good. It was just very hard to keep track and follow, but I thought it was good. I think well, I like Kurt Russell. I think Kurt Russell's good. So it was good. Good movie. Also brutal. Like halfway through when they before they I'm not gonna give it away. But if you've seen it, car crash. Whew. The leg. That was crazy. All right, 2-1. Medjedovic. Did you get to see weapons? Now I'm going to go see it today. Because today is pretty... Well, it was going to be a much busier day, but because of the withdrawal of Yastrzemska, today's pretty chill. So I will take the opportunity to go see the movie this morning. Because I know that if I go see a movie in the afternoon, I'll get tired because I get so tired at like so early. Love the nacho scene in Death Proof. Still remember it? Yeah, it's just munching on the fucking chips. It's funny. Anyways, 4 goes wide by Alcaraz, 15-0. I mean, I've already been up for 4 hours. Woke up at 2 a.m. So by the time I get to 11, I'm going to be 9 hours into my day. So, yeah. Are those cows in the background? No. No, it's a chair made of tennis ball. All right, 30-15. Take a long nap, then go to the movies? Nah. Also, who's seeing a horror movie at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday? No, me. I am. Just me. All right, forehand goes into the forehand of Medjedovic. Forehand from Alcaraz on the stretch. Medjedovic down the line. Into the back of Alcaraz. Medjedovic back and again. The back of Alcaraz. Into the back of Medjedovic. Whoever hits it. And it's 40-15. 40-15. 40-15. As Alcaraz serves an ace. 2-0. 2-2. All right. Oh, Alcaraz is arguing with the umpire about the time clock that's going too quickly for his liking. All right. 2-0. 2-2. As we have fault, second serve. Nardi won the first set 6-2 against Menchik. Interesting. I don't know what Alcaraz was exactly talking about, but I think he was saying that the time clock was going very fast because the ball kids are giving the towels again. So players can't use that excuse anymore that, oh, well, I can't get back in time. So I think the umpire was just kind of going, hey, tell the ball kid to get the towel straight away as soon as you finish the point. Because the time clock starts automatically. All right, 15-0. As return goes to 400 Medjedovic. Back in Alcaraz goes wide, 30-15. Cam, do you think Medjedovic is man enough to beat Alcaraz? What a strange way to say that. Ask that question. What do you mean by man enough? What are you talking about? What a weird question. Anyways, Medjedovic hits it wide on the drop shot. And it's 30-all. As we have 4 now from Medjedovic to the slice of Alcaraz. Medjedovic with a volley. Alcaraz with a lob. Medjedovic smash. Alcaraz gets it back. And then Medjedovic falling cross court. Alcaraz back in the rally. Medjedovic, by the way, not hitting the ball very aggressively. He's giving Alcaraz a chance. Medjedovic hits it to the slice of Alcaraz. Medjedovic drop shot in the net. Medjedovic is going to... He might retire here because he looks so tired. During that rally, he was just like not generating any power on the ground strokes. As Alcaraz 30-40. Is complaining about the clock, compared it to the first round, and he didn't have a problem. Yeah, some umpires do take the time violation stuff very seriously. Some do not. All right. Great point by Alcaraz. Break point, 30-40. Why would he retire? It's a pretty even match. No, just the way that he looks. I mean, yeah, it's an even match, but it's like he looks super fatigued. And if he's not feeling great, even though it's level, I mean, if he gets broken here, he wouldn't be very much losing. But he does look... I mean, he's not even moving his feet. He looks very, very fatigued. Medjedovic. Just kind of stand there, like looking very... He's like, you know, he's not looking... He's looking very like exhausted. He's looking all kinds of exhausted. He is not man enough. Again, I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean man enough? Medjedovic dumps that in the net. There's the break. Yeah, Medjedovic looks out of it. He's looking at the coaches. And he's just like, he's struggling. He is struggling. Cam, are you man enough to give your... God, I was reading that. Are you man enough to give us your opinion if Medjedovic is man enough? Yes. They should have implemented the time rule with the people were actually slow. Yeah, the time violation clock stuff is weird. Yeah, maybe it was a translation issue. Man enough means something else for somebody. I don't know. I don't get it. Rephrase the question so I can understand what you mean. What happened to Opelka? He was at match point, then came home to find he lost. Nailed it. That's exactly what happened. Okay, Alcaraz with a set and a break. Medjedovic looking all sorts of exhausted. Opelka struggled with the heat. Yeah, I saw that. I saw at the end of that match, like at 6-5, I think he got a medical timeout. The thing with Opelka, it was such an unfortunate rain delay because he had match points. And then there was a rain delay, and then he came back, and he lost 3 games in a row. So the rain delay really screwed Opelka. And then he came back, and it was super hot all of a sudden. Like I think the rain delay, like if it hadn't been a rain delay, he probably would have at least played a tiebreak or won the match. Like that rain delay screwed Opelka because he came back and just looked terrible, and just looked stuffed. Because you got to remember as well, right? We think, oh yeah, rain delay. They just come back and play again. It wasn't that long. But remember, if you've been playing for like 2.5 hours or 2 hours in these conditions, and then you've got to go off court for 45 minutes or an hour, cool down, try and stay warm, right? or try and stay, physically, muscles, engaged and working, right? And then play a couple games. Like, it sucks. It sucks. It stinks for everybody who had to go through that. But that was such a bad timing for Opelka. Because had they played for another 10, 15 minutes, he might have finished that match. He might have won that match. And I'm sure he's pretty honest, so I'm sure in the press conference we'll hear something about it. But, yeah. Just like coming back after an hour delay to play 3 games, it sucks. Nothing you could do, but it stinks. And I'm sure that had something to do with it. Also mentally, right? I mean, physically, yes, but mentally, to be that close and then have to wait for an hour to be like, I could have finished this match, damn it. I could have been over. I could have won that match. I could have been, And then just think about that for a whole hour and then go back out there and try and switch back on. Whereas you think about Comasanya, right? He goes from, in the same position, right? He had to go through that physicality as well, but also mentally totally different. He comes off court and he goes, okay, whew, I didn't lose. Okay, I've got a second chance here. And then he goes back with a different mindset to think, okay, I'm going to come back and win now. Whereas Opelka might have been sitting in the locker room for an hour going, damn it, I should have won. Even though that match was still alive, right? So it was a pretty shitty rain delay. It was a shit time. Bad timing for rain delay for Opelka, but great for Comasanya. Match point down. You save the match point, and then it pisses rain, and you get an hour to think about it and to readjust. That's great. Perfect timing. Also an hour for, possibly to regain some energy too, if Comasanya needed that, Because you can also use it to regain some energy. As a bit of volley from Medjedovic, too good. 30-all. Chance for Medjedovic to get back the break here. Serbians not used to the heat while Spaniards thrive in it. Yeah, I mean, maybe. No, Medjedovic, 30-all. Chance for him to get a break back. As Alcaraz serves a let. All right, Alcaraz with the fault, second serve. As a return goes in the forehand of Alcaraz, forehand from Medjedovic. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Medjedovic forehand goes long. Off the frame, 40-30. 40-30. By the way, chat, we're almost at 300 likes. Appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. All right, 40-30. As the forehand goes into the slice of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz in the net, we get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Serve again. As Alcaraz serves. To the back of Medjedovic. Great return. Alcaraz slices it back. Medjedovic drop shot. And Alcaraz in the net. All right. Advantage Medjedovic. To get back one of the breaks. All right. Advantage Medjedovic. Advantage Medjedovic. As he serves an ace, Alcaraz. And we get the deuce. We get the deuce. As the return goes in the back of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits it wide. And it's advantage Medjedovic to get back that break. As Alcaraz says a fault. Second serve. Double fault Alcaraz. All right, we're back on serve. We're back on serve. Alcaraz gives back the break. Nardi's up a set and a break now. Yep. And Hashanov Brooksby's about to start as well. Second set siesta or a bad game? I think that was just a bad game. First double fault of the match for Alcaraz as well. All right, back to Medjedovic. Let's see if he has got any new energies. All right. Now we had a fault from Medjedovic. Good second serve though. Return goes in the forehand of Medjedovic. Alcaraz down the line. Medjedovic hits. He's shaking the racket a little bit. 15-love. Alcaraz making errors. And Alcaraz starting to get a little vocal too. All right. 15-love. Medjedovic double faults. 15-all. All aboard the Alcaraz roller coaster. Yeah. And that goes out by Alcaraz on the return. 30-15. Menchik retired? Damn. It's one of those days. It's stinking hot. So that means Nardi will take on the winner of this match. Nardi versus Alcaraz, possibly. That sucks. Look, I think anyone who's like retiring out of nowhere this week is gotta be because of the weather. It's too hot. Players are just suffering, you know. I wonder what the heat rule is. Do they have a heat rule? Because it seems like that it might be too hot. But players are real struggling this week. Like Medvedev the other day. Opelka. I mean, Medjedovic is already... He had a neck issue apparently, but I mean, he looks super tired. I mean, players are just walking around like zombies out there. 40-30. Made a fault, second serve. As your return goes the backhand of Medjedovic. Forehand from Alcaraz. Medjedovic hits it long. And it's deuce. How many more games? Depends on who wins them. Making a fourth round as a lucky loser is nuts? Yeah. Yep. It's a great effort. Great work. But also, it's not great for the tournament. As much as it's like, I'm sorry. It's like, I said this at the start of the day, but I think an unspoken, maybe an unrealized issue with 2-week Masters is the amount of upsets that happen that cause fourth rounds to be pretty average. I don't feel like we have I feel like the fourth round of Grand Slams are not as random as the fourth round of Masters. Because best of 3 set matches on the men's side is there's way more chance of an upset, right? But like, I'm looking at the fourth round and it does not look good. And I don't remember Slams fourth rounds being this random on the men's side. Like, you're getting qualifiers and lucky losers and unseeded players consistently making the fourth round, which is great for them. But it's not great for watching. Like, I didn't come here to watch Sinner play a qualifier, right? I came here to watch Sinner versus, a top player at this stage. We're going to wait another match for Sinner before he might play FAA, who's not even he's top 25, right? Medjedovic in the net. Alcaraz breaks again. But then again, Bonzi might beat FAA and then Sinner gets another easy match, right? And then we're going to wait till the semifinals before Sinner plays somebody in the top 10 or somebody high. Like, I don't think that's been, it's really showing this week how these 2-week Masters, we don't get the matches we want. Because there's just too many matches between first rounds and the time where they play, right? The best players in the world don't play until, they have to play like 5 matches to play each other, But we see it, again, best of 3, we see way more upsets in best of 3. We know that. Like Sinner versus Manarino, right? Fourth round, okay. Fritz versus Atmain. Atmain's been good, but again, Fritz versus Atmain was not what I wanted to see in the fourth round. Runa Tiafo is the only one that's kind of played out at this point. That's a good match. We wanted that match at the start of the week and we got it, right? That's one. And then today, Rublev Comasanya. That was a great match at Wimbledon last year, but Demonor was supposed to be, or Didiri even, was supposed to be or even Opelka was supposed to be the fourth round match. And then Nardi versus Alcaraz. And again, that could be good. Nardi's had a good week, but also that's not what we want. Menchik versus Alcaraz. Now, what's the solution, right? I'm just giving you problems. The solution is you get rid of a round so that the top seeds play earlier. So that way you get rid of 32 seeds. You only have 16 seeds. And that way we get Menchik versus Alcaraz in a third round, one match earlier than we do now. So that would be a solution. Cut the draw. Make it 16 seeds. So that way we don't have 32 seeds with more chances for them to lose, right? Just not a fan chat. It's really brutal. Like, we're gonna wait another 2 days until we get some decent matchups. On the women's side, it's kind of similar. We got Paolini Krejcikova, great matchup. Maybe we get Ostapenko versus Gauff, which is good, right? But then Seidel versus Mukova, or even Gracheva versus Seidel, 2 qualifiers in the fourth round. That's, again, not what we signed up for. Castella versus Swiatek, okay. We get Keys versus Raducanu tomorrow, which is going to be fire. But then Sabalenka versus Minero, right? I don't think anybody was expecting that matchup at the start of the week. We did get Raducanu Sabalenka though, so that we did, it made up for it, I guess. But again, maybe the 32 seeds is just that's the problem with these Masters. The length is a problem, but also maybe it's having 32 seeds produces we don't get the matches we want. We have to wait longer for them if they ever even happen, you know? Why did Sinner rehire the cheating coach? I don't know. You ask him. 40-15, Alcaraz. Demonor lost to Opelka in the second round. I think Demon was fried. He can't blame him. He's probably in New York resting and prepping. Yeah. Well, he won Washington. He played Canada. And look, Opelka's, on a good day, is tough anyway, right? Should be 62 players, 16 seeds, but the BTB want to make money as possible. Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, 5-3 Alcaraz. He's one game away from the fourth round. Sinner is not playing the best. That's why. What do you mean? 5-3. But chat, they're not going to go backwards. That's the thing. The only way that they regress to 1 week Masters again is if financially it doesn't make sense, and I don't think that's going to happen. Because financially, how do they not make more money if they have more tournament? They sell more tickets. People are watching more tennis, even though we reluctantly watch because we don't. I mean, I find myself watching we stream one match a day because of these tournaments, because there's not that much to watch. Usually we're watching these every day, 8 hours like slams, but this tournament, Canada, we barely watched to start the week on the men's side because there's just not much to watch, which is a shame. I wish there was more to watch. Anyways, Medjedovic is the winner, 30-0. Chat, and I know I'm sick of hearing myself bitch about this stuff. 30-0. And Medjedovic serves. A fault, second serve. Medjedovic second serve, ace. All right, 40-30. Maybe if people don't go to the matches midday during the weekdays, they could reconsider. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they will. Uh, 40-30. Has been ace from Medjedovic, and Alcaraz going to serve the match, 5-4. I did listen to a little bit of the interview that Nothing Major podcast did with the Canada Open, or was it Toronto or was it Montreal? One of the tournament directors there, and he was optimistic. I'm like, of course he is. Like the tournaments are going to make more money, which is good for them, right? They're going to make more money with more tennis to play. Even if you don't have Alcaraz and Djokovic and Sinner, right? You're still going to make more money because you've got more people, more days of tennis to cash in. But I say this, chat. Obviously, the tournaments need money to run their businesses, right? We know that. But it's also at what cost, right? Are we squeezing these tournaments to get every dollar out of them? But for what? Do the tournaments need to make more money because they're struggling? Is that why? Are the tournaments struggling to make money? Are they are we squeezing these masters to get every cent out of it so that they can survive? I don't think so. I mean, they were doing all right without the 2 weeks. They weren't gone bankrupt last year. So I don't like what I mean. Like, what's the point then? You know what I mean? Like, more money is good for the tournament, but is it good for the sport? Is it good for us as fans? Is it good for the players? I don't know. Unless it's somehow getting like, if Canada build a roof because they make it a 10-day Masters, if they start building roofs, which means it's better for fans and players, for the tennis to be shown even if it's raining, if they're reinvesting it into things that actually benefit the people that support the sport and the players, that's good. But I don't know where the money goes. We don't know where it goes. The extra funds. The extra is it just like, people that are doing their jobs to keep their jobs? Is it like, well, this tournament director came in and he made more money for the tournament, so he gets to keep his job for 5 years? Like, is he just trying to like up revenue to tick a box for his boss? You know what I mean? Like, is that what he's doing? Like, I don't know. Like, is it more money better just for the resume? Like, I don't know. I don't know the answer. Hi, Cam, what's the problem? Now, we're just talking about 2-week Masters again for the 20th time this year. 15 love. Alcaraz serving the match. As he double faults, Alcaraz 15-0. Back-to-back 1000s don't make sense. Sometimes 250s are more entertaining. Yeah. I mean, we haven't even mentioned that, right? I mean, making 2-week Masters, there's no way that people are playing 250s. If they're like the 2-week Masters are now going to be hogging the best players, and like Alcaraz is not going to play a 250. There's no shot. So those smaller events won't get any good players or any top players, right? Top 10 players, because they're too tired. There's no way. Even 500s are getting, there's going to be a gap in. There's going to be a gap in whether or not people go and play those smaller events. Anyways, 30-15. Like, who's going to play a 500 event if you've got to play 2 1000s back to back? Like, especially the best players, because they're the ones who make it the furthest, right? All right, 30-15. Is Zverev was saying that most players don't love the long format? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I couldn't imagine that they would. 40-15, Alcaraz to take the straight sets win. It's been competitive, though. Medjedovic has put on a show, but Alcaraz has just been a little better when he needed to be. All right. 40-15. He serves an ace to finish. All right. Alcaraz going to take on Nardi in the 4th round in a couple of days' time. Medjedovic, he hung in there. Pretty competitive scoreline, even though he looked like he was struggling at times. But good to see Medjedovic compete to the end. There was a time in the middle there that we thought, is he going to keep going? Because he wasn't looking flash. But he got it done. GG's. It's not about the tickets, Cam. It's about the sponsors and the betting companies. I got to be honest, though. I don't see one betting sponsor at these tournaments. Like, I don't know where this, it's about the betting companies. Is it about the betting companies on the TV broadcast? Or are you talking about, because I don't see any betting sponsors that I recognize around the court. Like, I don't think they sponsor the tournament more than they pay for broadcasting ad space, maybe. Well, I don't think the betting sponsors are dealing. I mean, I'm looking here and I'm looking at the back of the court, and there is no betting anything. So I don't know where that's coming from, unless you mean it's because of the sponsors on the tip. But who's watching? Unless you're watching, like, I don't know. Have people that watch Tennis Channel, are you noticing more betting ads on TV while you're watching the tennis? Because that's the only way that I can see betting sponsors benefiting from longer tournaments is by putting their ads on TV. But I can't see any. I'll take a closer look, but I can't see any ads for betting companies on the back of the court. And even if I did, I wouldn't read them out because that's free advertising. And if they're making that much money, they should sponsor the channel. All right. I haven't noticed any. Yeah, they're not. They're definitely not like noticeable on the TV, like at the tournaments. So again, I don't think the betting is. It must be just on the broadcast, maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing less betting advertising this year compared to a few years ago. Okay. Alcaraz champion. Okay. Anyways. Dutchie.
Thanks, Cam and Deb. Hi to Mia.
Hey, thank you, Dutchie, for the donation. Appreciate that. Also, thank you, Darren, for the $2 super sticker as well. I think it's paranoia when people speak that way. What, that the betting companies are the reason why, are the reason for things? It's the betting companies. Not sure what to make of this match. Weird one. Look, Alcaraz won. That's all that you should worry. He didn't lose a set. That's better than the first round. All right. So Alcaraz versus Nardi in a couple of days. And yeah. And that will be interesting. Like everything's a conspiracy. Yeah. That's it. We only had one match today because Gauff Yastremska, which was supposed to be probably match of the day, got thrown out because of Yastremska withdrawing. So that's a shame. That's a shame. A win is a win, yeah. And it was better that he didn't drop a set this one, so that was progress. By the way, is the schedule out for tomorrow? Because I want to know what tomorrow might be much busier. I didn't see it. No, me neither. Must not be out yet. Jay!
LFG Corners. Almost seems cruel playing in this stifling heat. Glad the dude moves on. Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, he seems to be dealing with it better. Well, he dealt with it better today. But yeah, let's see. Nardi in the next round will be interesting. What's his draw starting to look like, Alcaraz? So Nardi and then Rublev or Comasanya in the quarterfinals, and then the semifinals. You've still got Shelton, Lehechka, Zverev, all live. So yeah, not an easy road, but I'm sure it could have been tougher. I mean, I would love to see Shelton Alcaraz right now. I think that's the match I need to see. I want to get Zverev, Shelton, winner plays Alcaraz. Let's have that. That sounds like fun. That sounds super relevant right now. You know, that pre-US Open preview kind of thing, you know? Is the draw that hard? What, the draw... What do you mean, for Alcaraz? It's not that... I mean, it's not... again, it's not... I don't think it's that hard on paper, but not easy. Are we watching snails? Who are snails? I mean, this tournament's a snail. At this point... let's just fast forward to the quarterfinals. Let's just get through the next 3 days. We've got 3 days until we get quarterfinals, so let's just fast forward. Actually, sorry. Yeah, 2 days. Today, tomorrow, the next day. Let's just fast forward to the quarterfinals, please. Tomorrow looks good. We've got Keys, Rebecca, and Tiafoe, Runa. Yeah, exactly. They're good matches tomorrow. They will both be night matches because Keys and Tiafoe. They got to be night matches. Unless they want to play in the day. But I feel like Keys would rather play Rebecca at night. And I think Tiafoe, Runa is... I mean, if that's not a night match, why would they put it on a Wednesday afternoon? That's so stupid. Unless Tiafoe wants to test Runa's fitness or something. They're prime time night session. Like, that is... They are the most night matches you could put together. In the middle of an event like this, right? Tiafoe, Runa obviously starts at 7 p.m. Followed by Keys, Rebecca. Like, that is a night session package right there. Like, that is... If they're not the night session, then somebody requested to play during the day. That's the only explanation. Somebody asked, hey, can I please play during the day? Because there's no explanation for those not being at night. Unless somebody else is playing that I'm not aware of. Sinner's not playing night session tomorrow. He already played night session. Fritz at main, that's not a night session match. Sinner and Fritz playing qualifiers, playing against qualies, and not night session worthy. Come on now. They're day session, afternoon, European time. Come on. Swiatek, Castella, Sabalenka. Ooh, you know the only reason why? They'll be night session, but they might be split on 2 different courts. But Swiatek and Sabalenka. I mean, Swiatek, Castella, I'm sorry. I know I say Swiatek deserves center court, but she might go court 2 for that one. Just because she's playing against somebody who is not... Sabalenka will play court 1, center court with Sinner. Keys, Rebecca, and Tiafoe. Maybe Swiatek, Castella, and then Fritz gets put on court 2, maybe. I don't know. Either way, night session has got to be Tiafoe, Runa. It has to be. That is the night session. Like, that is, you pick 2 players for a night session. That's who you pick. That is the night session. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. We got a lot to do tomorrow. Sabalenka, Swiatek, Sinner, and then those 2 matches that I mentioned. And possibly more. Rebecca match went past midnight last night. Yeah, so they'll probably put that on, again, night session to give her extra time as well, maybe. Unless she goes, I don't want to play at night because I don't want to play at midnight. I want to play during the day. So maybe Rebecca Keys is afternoon. Maybe. Which puts Sabalenka at night. Swiatek played already. Like, Swiatek's playing during the day because she hasn't played for 3 days. Shit. I'll tell you this. If Swiatek loses, part of that is because she didn't play for 3 days. 3-day break would make so much... Like, if she lost because of a 3-day break, that would be something to talk about, you know? Something to discuss. Rain will ruin the day, though. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be raining, so we've got to remember that too. The weather tomorrow is going to be shitty. So we're gonna keep that in mind as well. Ben's playing tonight? Yep. Yes, he will be. All right. Well, that is the day. And we've got big day tomorrow. So I'm just hoping the schedule comes out. That's why I'm stalling. I was hoping the schedule would come out in the next 5 minutes. Castella's is dangerous on fast hard courts. Yeah, but you would think that Swiatek should win, right? I mean, Swiatek losing that match would be a huge upset. That would be a very strange result. Maybe play a round of that game cam. All right, one round, one round, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Seeing that we're not doing anything else today, we might as well. All right, good idea. Just until hopefully the schedule comes out in the next 10 minutes. Please stream the Mook of a match. Sorry, we don't take requests. All right, we'll play one. We'll play one game. By the way, leaderboard. One of you have also decided to be mean, so now we've got to get to 133. So thanks a lot for that. Appreciate that. Yeah, schedule. When the schedule comes out, I'm ditching. All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right. It's hard when we've got to redo it. We've got to rethink it now. Everett's got more. Here we go. I scored 5. Hey, look. Got to start somewhere. Here we go. Come on. 3. I am hungry, so I might not be 100% focused here. I'm going to try and lock in. Easy, Djokovic. Easy, Djokovic. Easy. But he's got 24. I think Land has 7, right? I remember that. Memory chat. Ooh, I don't think Robert Wren has more than 7. No, he doesn't. See, told you. 7's a number. Oh, shit. Dorothy Round. Does she have 4's a lot? Amelia Wren. Oh, yes. Yes. All right. Now we're back. All right. 3 is more than 1. Easy. They both got 1. That was a tough. We're only on 10, and we already had a real tough one. And he's got 1. The 1s are just a layup. Kvitova's got 2. I think Gore's got 3, right? Yes, mustache. Gore's got more than Maresma's only got 2. Norman Brooks has more than 2. He's got 3. See? Told you, more than 2. Renshaw's got more than 3. He's got 7. Yep. First Wimbledon champion, I'm pretty sure. Or at least first. I think he was I think Renshaw was the first defending champion, maybe? I've got to Google that. Hoy does not have 7. He has 4. All right. I forgot. You got to remember, Sabalenka didn't have... This was up until Wimbledon 23. Maud Watson has more than 1. Yep, see? She has 2. Wilding has a lot. Remember, this is the guy that I underestimated. He has a lot. 6, yeah, see? I learn from my mistakes sometimes. Roy Emerson, easy, 12. Yep, he's got more than Connors, easy. Connors more than Smith. Lacoste got more than Smith. Oh, that scared me. That was scary. That was scary. Chambers nearly scared me. All right, Perry's got more than one. Perry's got more than 4. I think Bolton's got more than 4. And Bolton's got more than Azarenka as well. Capraro's got 3. Easy. Becker's got more than 3. Becker over Nastasi. Nastasi more than Medi. Doherty's got more than Medvedev. Yep. I think Vines has got 3. Yes. Salas has got more than 3. Salas got more than Sharapova. We haven't seen Sharapova on this list before, so that's good. 5's a shit number. Ooh, Connolly's got more than 5, right? She had a lot, I think I remember. Yeah, she had 9. Good effort. Rosewell's got 8. Yep. Whew. That would have been tough. I don't think Mallory has more than 8. Oh! Woo! That was way too. That was overconfidence. Nearly kicked me in the butt. That was bad. Woo! I nearly screwed everything up then. Yep. Damn. That was almost bad. Laver with the 11. Martina's got more than 11. Martina's got more than Mac. I think Mac's got more than Marble. I think Marble's got 5. Susan Long has got more than 5. Easy. They named a stadium after her. She's got to have a lot. She's got more than Quest. Yep. Susan Longland. Come on now. Edberg's got more than 3. All right. Edberg's got more than Vicario. They've both got 4. Easy. Patterson has... God, does he have 4? Or less? I think Patterson might have 3. I hate this. This sucks. This one sucks. This is a big choice. Gerald Patterson. He either has 3 or 5, and I'm scared. He probably has 4, but I don't think he has more than 4. Gerald Patterson has 5 Grand Slams. We would have heard about it more. 5 Australian Open? No. I reckon he has less than 4. Yes! Damn it. Kuznetsova, does she have 4? No. Oh, no, this is bad. She's got 2, right? US Open, French Open. She never won Wimbledon. She's only got 2. Yep. They've both got 2. Yeah. Martina's got more than 2. Martinez got more than Kennan. Lendl's got more than Kennan. Lendl's got more than Ivanovic. Barty's got more than Ivanovic. Barty's got more than Wozniacki. Billie Jean King, easy. Easy. Billie Jean King more than Kerber. Kerber more than Cilic. I'm going to go Mary Brown just because if she has more than one or one, it doesn't matter. All right. They've both got 3. Okay, hang on a second. At this stage, Alcaraz only had 2. At Wimbledon 23, Alcaraz only had 2. So, Arthur Ashe. See, I could have tricked you. That was a trick question. Wait. Swiatek at this stage had more than 2. So they're going to update this site because we're using this. Ooh, I hate this one. This is tough. Hotchkiss, it's one of those like 4 is so awkward because 3 and 5 is such a big number and 5 is a lot. 3, but she might have 3. Hazel Hotchkiss might have 5. I reckon she has 3. I'm going Swiatek. Whoa! We'll take it. We'll take it. All right, Leighton and Pat. Hey, 2 of the greatest Australian players we have. They both got 2 slams. Andre's got more than Leighton. I think 8 is a lot, and Helen Jacobs does not have more than 8. Does she have double digits? I don't think so. She does not. She has 5. Okay, good. Good. Oh, God. Lindsay's only got 3, right? She should have more, though. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Lindsay Davenport should have had more, but Serena and Venus. Hardigan, I reckon, has 3 or more. Okay. I'm going to go Badley has 3 or more, I reckon. God, they're all got 3. All the 3s. Vondi has less than 3. Okay, that's okay. Good. There's a layup. Oliver Campbell's got more than 1. He's got 3 as well. Everyone's got 3. 4's the worst number. Tilden's got more. 10. Double digits. I don't think Atkinson has double digits. Yeah, no. 3. Malcolm Whitman. I reckon he's got 2 or 3. And I'm going to back him. Woo. Manuel Santana's got 1. Right? He won a French Open. That's it. Nothing more. I don't think he has 3. This is a tough one. My head is hurting. Santana has 1. I don't think he has more than 3. Look, 81 is a great score. 81 is a great score coming off nothing. But I'll remember that one. I knew he had won stuff, but because Rafa did more, we don't talk about him as much. But 81 is a great score. That is a great number. That is a great score. We'll take that all day. It's not a high score, but it's a great score. I'll remember that now. I'll remember that. I'm still unbeaten for the month. Oh God. So wait, so Alan, you're the one who got to 110. Are you on the 110 or 133? Which one is you? Has the schedule come out yet? No, I'm not going to play again. I'm going to end on an 81. That's great. You were 110? Well, you ruined everything. You weren't here yesterday when I was talking shit then. So Alan, okay, cool. Now we know who ruined it, chat. We know who ruined it. It was Alan. Thanks, Alan, for ruining it. You couldn't give me 24 hours? You couldn't have done it today? You know, I guess not. I guess you just had to ruin it straight away without any, not even giving me 24 hours of glory. I'm not going to ban you. I'm not that petty. Anyways, I'm glad you went up to it, and I'm glad you weren't here yesterday when I was roasting the person who was on that score. Okay. All right. This is why we can't have nice things, Alan. Yeah. Well, somebody's already taken that score, so I guess you're safe. See, Chad, this is exactly why. Like, I'm never going to show this game on stream again because you're all just going to go in there and try and. By the way, I wish we could put names there so we actually know who is who. It just sucks that I should have just said nothing and then been top scorer, and then I would have, Someone got Statman Pat, one of the moderators of this channel, got the high score, and he said that he stopped because it was just too easy, and I'm like, okay. So again, if I didn't show this on stream, then then I could have just done it. I could have just enjoyed my victory in private without anyone trying to ruin it. Don't worry though, we'll get there. Yeah, Statman Pat got 500. He's like, yeah, that was me. I went in there and I just played for like hours. I was like, okay. And then he said he got bored after 500, so he stopped. By the way, Alan, when Ming says we have to beat, not you, me. They're talking to me. Don't accept this is my challenge, not your challenge. You've already ruined it. So back off. Back off. Go to sleep or something. Back the hell off. All right? By the way, first day of September, I'm playing this to be top, and then we're going to screenshot it, and then I'm getting the hell out of here. All right? We're going to play this game on the 1st of September to get the top score, and then screenshot it, and then run away. Did Statman Pat play after seeing it on stream? I'm not sure. Probably. Because I don't think he would have... unless he knew about it before, I don't know. Because before... It would have... Yeah, probably, because beforehand, when we first played this game on stream, the high score wasn't 500. So he must have seen it on stream and then decided to... decided to get to an impossible score. Yeah, the high score was like 350 or something. Yeah, 350 was the high score. By the way, only 4 people have gotten over 200, so that's fun. So keep it that way, Chad. Back off. Go find your own game. This is my game, all right? You bugger off, all right? Piss off and go do something else. Go do something productive. Let me waste time and do okay? Back off. Just back off. Go do something else. This is my game. I want to be good at it. Creators of the game must wonder why there's a spike in users. Yeah, for the tennis as well, because it's so niche. Workers trying to cramp my US Open schedule again, but I'm calling out. I don't care. Hey, Shannon, priorities. Priorities, work, back off. Anyways, we're out of here. That was fun. 81 was a pretty good score. We'll get to when we get to 100, it's going to be a milestone for all of us, chat. We're all going to celebrate. Don't play this game on your own. Play it with me. As in, like, I'll play it and you watch, and then we can celebrate together. It's more fun that way than you going out and playing it on your own and beating my score and then coming in here and bragging about it. It's much more fun if we do it together as a community, as one. And I will be the only one who types the numbers. But you can watch it, and then that way, when we all can celebrate together and not, we're not against each other. That's much more fun. Right? It's more fun. It's much more fun when we're playing together. Alan. Anyways, 6-4, 6-4. Alcaraz wins. He takes out Medjedovic in straight sets. It wasn't straightforward, though. He had a few breaks in there. But he gets the win. And he will now take on Nardi in the next round, which will be interesting to see. But I will see you guys tomorrow for more tennis. Yay!